Black. What I'm saying, people saying what's already been said. Predictions, I don't listen, it's already in my head, no funny. Your most hungry place, I was past that at 28. Underground tapes, as my ass cap in publishing states. As we slide in the G-Ride, I've been getting criticized, it's keeping me energized. Create with a business mind, I'm from where killers reside. A wild hood, only knew goons since my childhood. Say anything in they raps cause it sound good. Don't even mean what they say, horrible outlook. Y'all ain't really about this house. Y'all was in the house with it. We don't respect fake jewelry and silly outfits. Window down, blowing out. Great tits, New York's J. Prince on Houston Street. I caught the bounce before my even bounced the beat. I took the hard way in it, man, it's the route for me. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Please Joe Black. Run me the keys, run me the bees, run me that flow back. In top 3, I'm not number 1, how could you post that? I would have crowned the city is mine, you cannot hold that. I'm not the one to go back. Meet Joe Black, meet Joe Black. Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the Cupid chain birth most of the chains in the game? Why would I?
It's the net. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
This taken in at the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15.
So here's the first drive now for the Jags.
They're led by the #1 overall pick in the 2021 draft, Trevor Lawrence.
The word is potential, potential, potential. Think about this guy from the time he was in high school, one of the top prospects going to college, coming out of college, mentioned as a generational type quarterback. He looks the part. Tall, big arm, surveys the field, and can take off and run when under duress.
Now ETN to start the drive. The numbers on the ground for ETN last week. He was able to topple the 200-yard mark and a rushing touchdown for good measure.
And what I found surprising, all those yards he accumulated, only found the end zone one
just
time.
once.
That doesn't even seem fair, does it?
But still, the 200-yard mark, something he can always carry in his back pocket.
On second down, ETN once more.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
They'll run with ETN.
And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. Faced with their first 3rd down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen 3rd down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out.
On 1st and 10, it's ETN.
Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sets his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Another tote for ETN.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Right where they set him down started. They need a full 10 here to pick up the 1st down and move the chains.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. Touchdown! Calvin Ridley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Jags get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And you'd think on third down they'd just be looking for something right beyond the sticks. And I think they caught the defense flat-footed as a result because they decided they were going to take a shot right there, and it ended up being a big play.
And the final readout on next-gen stats, remarkable. That ball traveling close to 80 yards in the air. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. Here are the Chargers ready to go on offense, led by their first-round pick in 2020. The man out of Oregon, Justin Herbert.
And he's been playing at an elite level here in this early half of the season. Tops in the league in touchdown passes at this point. This is definitely a wide-open offense, so we'll see if he can keep his string of good games going right here.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got him in. Complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
As we've seen over the years, offensive coordinators will often ease their way into drives. Many of them don't want to risk a turnover and put their defense in a bad spot, but not in this case.
Not at all. Forget about easing into it. They took a shot. It worked. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. And he'll take this down to the 33. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 14 carries, 71 yards, and a touchdown.
I can't remember the last time we did a game and a coach didn't talk about establishing the run first. But they've lost 2 straight games, so they still want to do that, but they've got to have some contingencies, some other options. Expect them maybe to throw it a little bit to open up things and maybe run it a little bit more later in the game.
In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. Here's Herbert. Hunter Henry brings it in. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. The Chargers passing game rolling a bit here. They've got another first. The Chargers had 2-2 through the first 4 weeks of the season. And they come in losers of 2 straight, so trying to turn things around here.
And you just mentioned 2 straight, and when you're talking about 2 games, that's nothing to panic about. They feel like they've been a little bit unlucky in the last couple. This is a club that's more than capable of turning things around, and I expect them to play really well here.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Mooney. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert got his tight end. That's complete. It's Henry. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Well, Brandon, obviously no panic in them. They gave up the touchdown. The defensive side did that. But he's already taken them back downfield. I love this field general that they've got. It's almost like he went to the defensive captain and said, don't worry about it. We've got you.
And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. What a great play there. His 3rd rushing touchdown of the year. And the Chargers are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
An extra point by Bass, up and good, and we are tied at 7. has had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the second time here in this game. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Lawrence. Screenplay. Here's ETN. And he'll lose yardage on this one back to the 13. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13. It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left them almost no room to work after catching the ball. Look at their every move in the play out. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now, 3rd and long. Now Lawrence. He completes it to Ridley. Finding space at the 40. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18.
Now that one hurts defensively. They force him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up the big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. But to throw again is Lawrence. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. They'll try and set up the screen to ETN. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That one a 1st down pickup of 8. Had the offense humming on the first drive. Not much has changed here on drive number 2.
No, and I think a lot of times confidence just really kicks in for a team. They may have been confident going into the game, but once you prove it on a drive, it's hard to get out of that mindset, isn't it? And look, let's face it, we could always lock in on the skill position, guys. But those big fellas up front, they're really making this offense go early in the game.
And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. On 2nd down, a run with ETN. Evades him at the 20. And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line. A 14-yard 1st down pickup for the Jaguars. Last week, of course, the great performance, over 200 yards. He still wants to be fed.
And they should. That's exactly what you should do. I have not yet met a running back that's run for over 200 yards that says the very next week, hey, let's back things up.
Yeah, I don't need it as much.
No, they want it more and more. They're going to be ready to go because they think that's going to happen naturally now.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Lawrence. And he'll just get rid of it. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Lawrence. Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Calvin Ridley with career touchdown number 60. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive.
So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. From the gun, they'll try to run it.
Well, they needed 2. They could only get 1. 4th down.
Fourth and short, partner. I mean, this would be a really risky call. Here we are in the first quarter.
On your own side of the field.
Own side of the field. But, boy, what a tone setter that would be to go for it and get it, wouldn't it?
You're gritty today. I like it.
I'm feeling it.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 22. Call that a 46-yard punt with a net of 40 on the 6-yard return. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. Well, September sure treated him kindly. Now we flip over to October. Any reason to think that those numbers drop, or can he keep the pace up?
Well, he can keep the pace up, but it's going to get a lot more difficult now. To me, it's a lot like baseball. All right, when guys, when they first hit the league, whether it's a pitcher or a hitter, and they go through the league the first time and they're hot, they're going, wow, what a phenom. Then they get tape on them, they get scouting reports, they start to do different things. Let's see if he's going to adapt and expand his game in order to keep up that type of production.
That's a good call because he's a known entity. See how they defend him going forward. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Looking to throw, Lawrence. Yeah, get this out to the flat for ETN. Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks.
Again, it's Lawrence.
And he will find Ridley on the left side. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play.
And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Jags with the football to begin the second quarter, as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
From midfield now, Lawrence.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Lawrence. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
Here's Lawrence to throw.
Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to give it to Ridley.
Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers will take over possession here up at the 44.
He's certainly not been afraid to take some chances downfield. Now, look, it's paid off for him a couple of times. That time, not so fortunate.
And that's where I want to start what you said. It's paid off a couple of times. So his aggressiveness has been good for his offense for the most part. So he throws an interception there. No one likes that, but I would not rein him back in. The return on investment thus far has been pretty good. 2 touchdowns to 1 interception.
Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10.
At their own 44. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
He'll drop this one off to Eckler.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Throwing again on 2nd down. Herbert. And right side, Henry's got it. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a 1st down. That catch, by the way, number 505 of his career. That ties him with a couple of other tight ends for the past, Frank Wycheck and Dallas Clark.
And those guys were excellent players, but how about what we're seeing right now? 505 and rising. What a nice career he's put together.
On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Hands it off out of the gun.
And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. And that one complete to his receiver, Palmer.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
I thought they might take a shot down the field, but instead they ran a little drag route there. I think they were hoping he could catch it and run away from the defender. But a really good job keeping the play in front of them, and they force a 4th down.
So Tyler Bass on now for the field goal.
They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt.
The kick by Bass is good.
And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne.
Whatever he was doing in September, they're hoping that that carries over now to October because he was sensational last month.
He absolutely was, and we all know where it started at the end of last season. Right? All the offseason preparation, the weight workouts, the sprints, right? The vision that he had, what he was going to do this season. And, of course, it all came together with the rest of the team. Those big fellas up front, leverage, and, boy, are they getting downfield and creating extra blocks for him.
He's got him in. Complete. Past the 20. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, an 80-yard touchdown.
And the Jaguars are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
Well, in this league where coordinators worry so much about drawing up the right routes, blocking assignments, misdirections and stuff, they have these precise arrows and movements. Sometimes the best plays just come from the schoolyard where you look at your fastest guy and say, go long, go get it, big man.
And exactly how fast was he going? According to Next Gen Stats, 21.7 miles per hour. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
The Chargers getting set to go.
Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get him 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now, the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Oh, he faked it with a juke. Now he's got some room. And he is going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3-and-out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation, pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
Play action. It's Herbert. Open man downfield. It's Palmer. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Herbert now. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that is no good. And they will remain 2 scores down as the difference holds at 11.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one from 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
Jacksonville offense gets the ball back. Travis Etienne and company head back out there. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success, at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Oh, good move. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 49 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
On 1st down, Lawrence. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. From the gun, it's Lawrence. Over the middle, that's caught by Ridley. Touchdown, Jaguars! Calvin Ridley on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So not only is that his 3rd touchdown catch of the game, he's done it here in the 1st half.
I'm not sure defensively what they're going to come up with to slow him down, because already we're seeing him run past, over, through guys in order to make these catches. And being able to try and shut him down at this stage of the game, it's going to take a lot of effort, so maybe it'll open things up for some other people.
Well, they better figure something out, and soon.
Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Here's a Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession.
And the way their last drive ended, boy, it was frustrating. They had a pretty good drive going. It was sustained, and then it stalled out, Charles, and they missed the field goal and got nothing out of it.
Is that insult to injury? Because they had such a sustained drive, as you noted. So you know for the head coach, it almost felt like a little bit of failure to send out the field goal unit and then to not even see the ball go through the post. What a bummer on that last drive for them. Got to pick themselves up from that one.
The Chargers on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. Here's Herbert. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Devin Lloyd
with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They are not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Travis Etienne and the Jags offense set to take over again here.
A good job in the passing game, decent job in the running game, but really they've been more effective through the air. We'll see if that shifts at all as this goes on.
Thus far, it feels like they're calling this game in reverse. Normally you run to set up the pass. Here it feels like they're passing, hoping to set up the run and be more effective later on in the game.
Yeah, you can do it both ways. We usually talk about
good strong catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Lawrence will throw.
That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr.
And he'll be taken down after a gain of about 8, as that will lead us to the 2-minute warning. We remind you in just a couple of minutes we'll get you to Orlando and our good friend Jonathan Coachman. Coach will run through some of the numbers and the next-gen stats from this first half of football so far.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he's brought to the ground with another 1st down at the Chargers 37. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And with that completion, he's now north of 200 yards here in the first half. Boy, a tough start for the secondary defensively.
It is, and it's got to put a dent in their confidence. And, you know, you always want to keep that up and feel like you can always bounce back after plays. But with the kind of numbers he's putting up here, it's starting to wear on them a little bit, I think. So they're looking at each other and trying to figure out what defense will work and how can they play better without getting beat deep for big passes.
So the completion results there is 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Throw right side is going to be caught by Kirk. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there.
It's a gain of 3. And the Jaguars.
And they'll throw on 1st down with Lawrence. And one more time, here's Kirk. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on 2nd down.
Lawrence, quick slant caught by Kirk. And the Jaguars are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. Now Lawrence to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Christian Kirk with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Jaguars continue to pull away here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Patterson now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that one, an 8-play drive. It spans 75 yards. And it culminates in a Jags touchdown. And a couple yards deep, he'll go to a knee. He won't return it. And they'll take it out to the 25. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. Herbert setting up to throw on first down. And this will be caught by Mooney. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. On the screen, this is Eckler. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. On 2nd and inches, Herbert. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. Herbert on 3rd down now. Hard throw, incomplete. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. As the offense returns, let's take a look at running back Travis Etienne. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, trying to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you guys in a bit. But first, let's take a look around the NFL here on this first Sunday of October. We'll begin out west at Levi Stadium in Santa Clara, where it was the visiting Cardinals who get the road victory. Leonard Fournette, 2 touchdown runs to lead the way.
Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
And the half will begin with a touchback. The Chargers getting ready to go here to start this third quarter. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
From the 31, Herbert steps away to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
From the gun, Herbert on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete.
And the Chargers first down. First and 10 at the 42-yard
Running on first down, Eckler. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. They follow up the first down 1 yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
A 2-yard pickup makes it 3rd and 8.
Now it's Herbert. Working the sideline here. Did he get the feet in? Yes, they say that he did. Nice job tapping both of them down. Back to throw here, Herbert. Finding Williams once more, complete. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Herbert operating from the red zone. And he's got it. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Reggie Gilliam, his first touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are able to come into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. And, boy, that was a heavy set. I think they had 3 tight ends out there. The fullback, you knew what they were going to do.
Yeah, they weren't trying to fool anybody at all, were they? There was none of this show-you heavy set, bootleg it out. Nah. Big guys up front, hand it to the big guy in the backfield.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down now to 18. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Jaguars to take over on offense. They're working on a 4-game winning streak, and they lead this one as well right now as they start 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground, Etienne. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. They go play action with Lawrence. He'll drop that underneath to Etienne. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. An effective 7-yard 3rd down conversion. He's been a busy man here in this one, and they're showing off some nice footwork to stay in bounds.
And with those types of catches and the volume that we've seen in this game, wouldn't you keep him busy as well?
I would.
Of course. You got to keep throwing it to him. He keeps making plays.
On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. Over the middle to Smith. They go play action now. Lawrence airing it out, looking for Ridley. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 15. He'll hand off here to Eckler. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Here's Herbert. That is incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Herbert now.
He'll get this out wide to Eckler.
And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
How about that strategy there, Brandon? 3rd down. They just said, we've got faith in our tacklers. We'll give you the short stuff, and just decided to protect the sticks. So every time I hear fans telling me tackling's not a part of the game anymore, plays like that, I can clip and save and show them you have to tackle well if you want to be a good defense.
So a change of possession here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A 5-yard pass on 1st down and another 5-yard connection there. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and 2 pass connections on offense.
So that's how the team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
A give, running right, Etienne. And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
The last run got 3, now here's 2nd and 7.
Off the play fake, here's Lawrence.
It's caught, Smith. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. More from L.A. in a moment.
An extra cornerback now in the game for the Chargers here on 3rd.
Lawrence.
Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown. Calvin Ridley, 52 yards. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
Extra point try now for Patterson.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that drive spanned 5 plays.
And it's Calvin Ridley who finishes it off with a touchdown reception. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the goal line. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
That's caught, and it's Eckler again.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. From just shy of midfield, Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Henry.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down.
Tackle made at the 38-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
From the 38, Herbert. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He dumps it to Eckler underneath.
And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So both teams trade touchdowns in the third as we're through 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. Out comes Calvin Ridley and the offense for their next drive. All right, how has he done it? 4 touchdowns in this contest. He's been around the end zone in particular, pretty much uncoverable.
And you know that I typically take things from a defensive perspective. I'm not going to do that this time. Let's just praise him. My goodness, 4 receiving touchdowns means he's beaten a variety of coverages throughout this game because they're not just letting him run scot-free. They're trying their best to shut him down, and he's shredding them.
I got to be honest, I want to see 5. You know, you want to see 5? I mean, we're not supposed to be biased, but
we're not rooting. Just in the interest of the game, let's go ahead and see 5.
That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch.
The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual situation. I'd want him out. They tend to leave him in.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47.
On 2nd down, ETN once more.
And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. This offense so far on 3rd down, they've been outstanding. 7 first downs and 8 tries. This will be 3rd and 5.
On a nice burst there as he'll take this inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. 81 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
ETN once more.
And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
It carries like that. That's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, all I keep thinking to myself is, big man with football. Look out, everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But, boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down.
No gain on the play.
On 3rd down, Lawrence.
And it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Herb Smith Jr., a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars add on to their lead, and they are also closing in on a 5th straight victory.
On that third down call, the goal was to get the ball to their tight end and pick up a first down, but he wasn't satisfied with just that. They got the first down. That was the gravy. He decided to take in the whole meal and rumbled in for a touchdown.
Patterson now for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it results in a touchdown for Jacksonville. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Well, this is caught by Williams. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9.
From the 31, Herbert. And right side, Henry's got it. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
A gain of 15 yards.
On first down, it's Herbert. And that's into the hands of Eckler. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
Complete to Austin Eckler. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From just shy of midfield, Herbert. Out route, and this is Henry with a catch. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
It's a gain of 8. And the Chargers.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Illegal touching. Offense.
So take away the touchdown. It's kind of been one of those games for these guys.
I think it's safe to say that that type of a play just added to their misery, right?
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw there complete to Mooney. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
Herbert back to the air. Got a man. It's complete. It's Palmer. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 23. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Escaping the press, and he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Under pressure, they got him again. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Henry's got it out on the left side. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. That'll be out of bounds, and how good was that? They'll say the 3-yard line. That's where they spot it. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
But they've got to be feeling very comfortable and confident here with this lead in the football here in the fourth quarter, Charles. And I don't think that they need to score again, but it seems like this offense is just getting better as the game goes on. They scored on their last 2 drives.
Certainly feels like a chance for them to continue to have some fun out there, doesn't it? Game's already decided, as you noted. So they can continue to play loose, break out some other concepts, maybe run a few trick plays, get other people involved. Heck, even go deep on one of these first snaps just because they can.
First and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Delay of game, offense.
That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit.
Still first down.
Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this.
Why would I ever have to cop a chain again when the QB chain birthed most of chains in the game? No post office, we stamping time. Took a slice out of the big apple, made apple pies, family size, leather.